are some serious machines in Barbados and some seriously fast drivers, but Eric Allenby in his old Mitsubishi Lancer doesn't seem to be taking things too seriously. Having spotted the large crowd and the RPM camera, Eric puts it broadside, much to the delight of the well-behaved crowd, who are enjoying the rallying and the rum. But it's time to shimmy back to the second and final daylight loop for the Barbados Historic Rally Carnival cruise. Greg Cozier and Jamie Marsh lead the field, but not by much, especially as here on the Fast Pickering's test, they're generally giving best to the Porsche. After 6 of the 12 stages, the escort driver has just 6.4 seconds of a lead. Jimmy McRae and co-driver Campbell Roy have now got a taste for Bajan tarmac, and they're fastest on stages 4 and 6 to move up into second place. The double Irish tarmac champion's smooth style is also helping to compensate for a Porsche that's not set up ideally for the Bajan roads. While Andrew Jones likes to set up his Mark II sideways for the corners. However, Jonesy's doing less drifting and is right on Jimmy's tail, just 1.1 seconds behind. They head back to service where times are checked and spotlights fitted, ready to tackle the same stages reversed in the dark. And Greg Cozier has a slender lead to hold.
It seems my car is quicker than the Porsche through Turner's Hall, but then Pickering's is very much faster. And I think Jimmy is making probably about 2 seconds a stage on us in Pickering's. So we're doing what we can do. But the real problem at night is that when the temperature in our roads changes, a lot of funny things can happen. And you know, this tarmac builds up heat in an entire tropical day. And if there's even just a sprinkling of rain, oil comes out of it. And so we'll see. The grip is the biggest problem at night. Not so much seeing where you're going, it's the actual changes in the physical surface.
Yeah, I think we're 8 seconds behind Greg and equal with the other green escorts. So good fun. The first stage, the bumpy stage, I wasn't very sure of that this morning, but on the other one we're quicker, so we'll see how it goes in the dark.
The battle for fourth has been a close fought one. Graham Wilcock and John Coates have now slotted their venerable Opel Manta into fourth, ahead of their friend Nick Cook. Nick has had an overshoot which cost him time, but fortunately not too much. Whilst Graham, or Grum as he's known, is also trying hard and having the odd moment in the Opel.
Busy getting a bit of a lead on Nick?
Well, yeah, only due to him having a spin on the last one. It's been close up until then. I think we only had, I don't know what there was, but roughly about 3 seconds between us, 3 or 4 seconds, somewhere there. And I had a good run through the last one. I was kept at 10 through there. Nick spun it and lost 12 to me, so I should be about 8 in front, I think, or something, 7 or 8, 9, something like that. Don't know, really.
Well, he may not know, but the gap is, in fact, around 8 seconds. But Nick thinks he may be able to pull that back.
We had about 5-6 seconds up on him and going into the last one, and we dropped about 12 seconds to him, so probably 6 behind. Had a spin and then a puncher, so we carried on with the puncher, got to the end of the stage, but 6 seconds, we had that on him this morning, so we might be able to get it back. We'll try anyway.
Stuart White is 6th and leads Class 3 in his Starlet, a drive which will see him on his way to lift the Andrew Phillips Memorial Barbados King of the Carnival trophy for his class-winning performances. Francis Tuttle in 7th is loving his trip to Barbados and is very keen to bring the Porsche back next year, and hopefully a few more of the Porsches from the Tuttle stable. The Oxford University students are keeping the 1965 Riley in fine fettle, And Ding hasn't put any dents in the dinky little car, which was a popular rally machine in the early 60s. Andrew Skeet is more likely to put a few dents in his Mitsubishi Colt with his sideways style. This car is similar to the machines Anders Kulang and Pentti Ricola rallied in the early 80s. Whilst Peter Brace and Bernard Northmore almost make the extremely rare Renault 12 Gordini even rarer. They're enjoying their first ever Pace Note rally and a fantastic deal available for historic crews on this rally carnival. Spencer Hutchinson and Antonio De Silva and the 205 are very much behind the organisation of the carnival. The enthusiasm for the sport in this land is undiminished.
As we head into the night, the WRC cars are again first on the stages. And first home on this event after another great drive is Roger Skeet. 27 seconds behind is Roger Hill in the venerable WRC Corolla. Just 4 seconds behind him is Jamaican Jeffrey Panton. The World Rally cars seem to have found a new home in the Caribbean. And as always in Barbados, the bus to Bridgetown must take priority. It's all part of the deal with the Barbados Rally Club. Jimmy McRae at 63 isn't quite ready for the bus pass yet. He's a little worried about his night vision. However, it doesn't show as he blasts the Porsche into the darkness.
We're not so quick at night, I'm afraid. Struggling a wee bit against the locals, but we're still here.
Greg Cozier has it all to lose.
The car is running a little bit better at night, but the roads are a bit more slippery, so I don't think there's a lot in it between Jimmy and I, so we're still driving.
Jonesy is lit up early for the Christmas ahead, but he's not far behind the leaders. In the battle for the oldest cars, the Renault 12 and the Rally 1.5, it is Ding Boston who comes out on top. It may not be fast, but with a little help from local engineer and driver Jeff Elliott, it handles surprisingly well. 6th overall, but taking the King of the Carnival trophy for his class wins, Stuart White receives a free entry for the Killarney Historic Rally in December, and he may not be the only Bayesian driver contesting that event. In the Battle of the Yorkshire drivers, Nick Cook settles for 5th place after another small overshoot. Whilst inside Graham Wilcox's Opel Manta, we get a rare chance to sample the Barbados roads at night.
To right 5 and left 3, 380, left 240.
Grum and co-driver Coetzee, more nicknames, have loved every minute of this new event. 4th place is a fine reward for their efforts.
50, right 3, 80, left 7 and right 1.
With all his lights ablaze, Andrew Jones finishes in a fine 3rd place, proving that he can drive quickly as well as spectacularly, finishing just 6 seconds behind Jimmy McRae. Jimmy is, as ever, competitive, finishing in 2nd on his Barbados debut, and has already marked his intention to be back for what promises to be an even better historic carnival in 2011. But the winner, Greg Hottie Cozier, really did provide the entertainment over the 2 weeks, not only as the carnival creator and party host, but with his sideways antics in his new Mark II Escort. 12 seconds was the margin of victory for Greg, who already has a fantastic deal in place to invite up to 20 foreign crews to the event next year. The past really could be the future in Barbados. As the prize giving kicks off on the beach the next day, the great Jimmy McRae appreciates the unique atmosphere.
I think this is, back in the UK and, events, we've lost this atmosphere, where, a prize giving's a bit of fun and a bit of, banter between all the drivers and, you've got it here.
This is a civilized rally, We get the rallying over with and we're going to spend a day at the beach and have a few drinks, have a good time.
It's been a success for Greg, not only in winning the event, but also in running the first historic carnival. And it's only the start of what could be a fantastic concept. Next in RPM, we're in Cork for the final and deciding round of the Citroën Irish Tarmac Rally Championship, where 4 drivers were in with a chance of winning their first Tarmac title.